I don't know. Why do you want to be the face of a league when all the people that that cover our game and talk about our game on a day-to-day basis on everybody? I mean, that responsibility, is just weird. It's weird energy from the people that.
What do you make of LeBron confronting you in the aftermath of that situation?
I thought it was weak. I thought it was some bullshit.
LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith just had a heated confrontation, and everyone is talking about it. The NBA superstar approached the outspoken analyst courtside, and it was far from a friendly conversation. LeBron was furious about comments Stephen made about his son and wasn't going to let it slide. Stephen, being himself, took the drama public and called out LeBron on multiple platforms. Just when fans thought it couldn't get more intense, 50 Cent joined in with his own reaction. Now, LeBron is firing back. What really happened between LeBron and Stephen A? Did Stephen expose himself as the real instigator? Let's find out.
The greatest shooter God has ever created put on an absolute show, 56 points. We were supposed to be celebrating that. That's what we were going to lead the show with.
Until LeBron James opens his mouth and says some stuff that, quite frankly, I didn't like. Oh, I can't wait to start today's show with that.
Got heated between LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith during the LA Lakers match against the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Smith was sitting courtside, minding his own business, when LeBron suddenly approached him. It was clear that he wasn't there for a friendly chat. LeBron was angry about comments Smith made about his son, Bronny James, during a first take segment. In January, Smith suggested that Bronny was only in the game because of his father. This didn't sit well with LeBron, and he decided to confront Smith about it.
I'm really, really trying to be as respectful as I possibly can be towards LeBron James. I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad. The first game of the season, opening night, the Griffey's in attendance, father-son duo playing in an NBA game for the first time, an absolutely positively wonderful story. And then reality sets in. We love what we're seeing from him in the G League because that's where you belong. As you hone your skills and you get better and you legitimately earn, which I believe he has the potential to do. I am rooting for Bronny James. It would be cruel to root against him. He's a wonderful kid. I wish him nothing but the best. But he's LeBron James' son. And everybody knows what attention that brings. Molly, Doggy, put them up on the screen because I want to see their face when I say this. Right now, Bronny James is averaging 0.3 points, 0.3 assists, and 0.4 rebounds. You know what people are saying.
LeBron didn't take Smith's comments lightly, so he decided to confront him face to face, man to man. That should have been the end of it, but Stephen A. Smith isn't one to keep things quiet. His specialty is stirring things up. And as expected, he didn't let it slide. Within 24 hours, Smith responded on ESPN, saying LeBron approached him unexpectedly and told him to watch what he says about his son. He even hinted that the conversation included words not fit for live TV, but that was just the beginning. Smith later appeared on Gil's Arena and took more shots at LeBron, calling him weak for how he handled the situation.
What do you make of LeBron confronting you in the aftermath of that situation?
I thought it was weak. I thought it was some bullshit. But in the moment, I knew that I was listening to a father. Here's what happened. I'm represented by William Morris Endeavor. The founder of William Morris Endeavor, Ari Emanuel, had courtside seats right next to the Lakers bench. He had Larry David with him, star of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm sitting with them. I get there in the first quarter. I'm sitting courtside, and I stand up, and then I got my head turned. And then I turned back around, and a lot of people thought this was the end of the game or something like that. This was in the third quarter. Apparently, LeBron had walked out of the timeout, and I turn around, and he's right here in my face. He said, yo, you got to stop talking shit about my son. You got to stop with my son. That's my son. That's my son. And I was like, what? He said, nah, that. I said, yo, let's talk later.
And that wasn't all. Stephen A. Smith also addressed the situation on his own show. At first, he wasn't planning to talk about it, but that changed when he saw a clip of LeBron chatting with Richard Jefferson before the Lakers game against the Boston Celtics. Smith couldn't hold back and decided to set the record straight. On his show, he explained that he never really disrespected Bronny. According to him, his comments were aimed at LeBron, who had simply misunderstood the situation.
Who seems to have misunderstood the situation.
And that bothered me all weekend long because I was trying to figure out when was I done. And that's why I decided to come back and revisit this today. Because something happened over the weekend that seemed fairly innocuous to you all, but not to me. So y'all saw that. So he was saying that what set him off is me saying, I'm pleading with you as a father. Ladies and gentlemen, he's alluding to what I said on January 29th, first on First Take, but now on here, on this show, the Stephen A. Smith Show, the same day, I addressed the topics on both platforms. Here's what I said on the Stephen A. Smith Show. Play this, please. With LeBron, the best of intentions. Wonderful father by all accounts. I'm not casting any aspersions on him. I'm saying, that's your son, bro. You know the game of basketball. He ain't ready yet. Why put him in that position? You had your moment being on the court with him. Now that kid's got to go earn his stripes, which I believe he will do. Watching him in the G League. You can't do this. Can't continue to let us see what we've been seeing. And I'm wrong. I'm questioning him as a father because I'm saying, yo, wrap your arms around him and say, not now, not just yet. That's questioning somebody's fatherhood. There you have it. That's what LeBron James was talking about. And on First Take that morning, I was saying, I'm pleading with LeBron James. Stop it. Stop this.
Here's where things get interesting. During his rant, Smith said he would have preferred if LeBron had approached him privately, instead of making a public scene. He admitted that LeBron was clearly upset and that he understood his frustration. Smith even claimed that if LeBron had called him, he would have been willing to meet and talk things out face to face. But according to Michelle Beadle, host of the Run It Back show, LeBron actually did try to reach out privately, and it was Smith who turned him down. If that's true, then maybe Smith should take a look in the mirror before blaming others. Meanwhile, LeBron has stayed quiet while Smith continues sharing his side of the story. Many fans believe LeBron did nothing wrong, and even UFC Hall of Yes famer Michael Bisping defended him. saying any father would stand up for his son. However, not everyone agrees. Candace Owens argued that if LeBron insists on putting his son in the spotlight, he should also be ready for criticism.
But you have to allow sports commentators to do their jobs, okay? You have to allow them to say things. Nobody says to Tom Brady when he was playing as the QB, if he had a terrible game, well, you can't say anything about him because this is who his dad. It's pointedly ridiculous. What are you talking about? Again, if you are trying to make the argument, LeBron, that your son is ready to play in the big leagues, that he has to be ready to deal with the criticism, okay? That's just how this works. But LeBron James said, no. No one talks about my son. Again, apparently this is an unwritten rule. He wants to cry and spike his ball and go home. That's what LeBron James wants to do. He's like, no one can say anything. I own this league. I've scored so many points. He's just crying like a little baby. This is pointedly ridiculous. A big old man crying like a baby, trying to protect the feelings of his son. What is he learning in life from you?
Some people agree with Stephen A. Smith, saying he only voiced what many were already thinking. They argue that Bronny wasn't ready for the NBA and may have been pushed into it too soon because of the father-son narrative. Critics believe LeBron put his son's development at risk just to play alongside him. They question whether it would have been better for Bronny to enter the league at his best, rather than too early. Some even call LeBron a crybaby, saying he needs to accept that NBA players face criticism every day and that his son isn't above it. On the other hand, many support LeBron, believing he did the right thing. They feel Stephen A. has been talking recklessly for a long time and that LeBron is finally standing up for himself and his family. Some argue that Stephen has unfairly targeted Bronny, while ignoring other first-round draft picks who haven't lived up to expectations. They point out that ESPN focuses on LeBron and his son because it generates views, while other struggling players get no attention. This isn't surprising, as Stephen A. has a history of getting under people's skin. Just look at how he criticized Kyrie Irving.
Would never give him a long-term contract again. He cannot be trusted. I'm going to be calm when I say this, Key. We are witnessing one of the most delusional athletes in American history. He's lost.
Do you think that Kyrie is worth all of this drama?
No, he's not. He's not worth it at all. A matter of fact, let me say this straight up and down. I think Kyrie Irving should retire. I think he should announce his retirement today.
FYI, Stephen A. Smith later admitted that his harsh criticism of Kyrie Irving was driven by personal issues. This only added to the growing frustration with his antics. Many people, including LeBron, are tired of his behavior. LeBron didn't hold back and made sure to call out Smith just a few days ago. It's clear that he's had enough of the sports commentator, constantly stirring up drama, especially when it comes to his family.
After the Lakers' 9-point win over the Timberwolves in LA last night, where LeBron put up 33, 17, and 6, he addressed the face of the league convo regarding Anthony Edwards taking the torch.
And already said he don't want it.
I know.
Yeah, and say he ain't trying to deal with it. And I mean, Channing Frye said it the other day too. Like, I mean, it's unfortunate, but like, I don't know. Why do you want to be the face of a league when all the people that that cover our game and talk about our game on a day-to-day basis on everybody? You have that responsibility. It's just weird. It's weird energy.
So yeah, it doesn't seem like LeBron and Stephen A. Smith will be in the same room anytime soon. And it's not just LeBron. Smith himself admitted that some NBA players have cut him off because of his antics. He mentioned that a few players were upset with him, including Draymond Green, whom he hasn't spoken to since. Meanwhile, LeBron's agent, Rich Paul, had some news for fans. According to him, James and his team have moved on from the heated confrontation. He said, "I didn't think it was much, but as adults, You try to handle things the best way possible. So I was glad they were able to move on. Paul acknowledged that media criticism can sometimes feel personal, but he prefers to focus on business and avoid unnecessary drama. Now, Paul may be trying to downplay the situation, but many fans are hoping that's not the case. A lot of people want to see Stephen A. Smith get humbled, especially since he has been milking the controversy for attention. Some believe it's best not to give him any more fuel. As for 50 Cent, he hasn't reacted yet, but many expect him to take LeBron's side. While 50 can be unpredictable, he has defended LeBron in the past. When Julius Erving left LeBron off his all-time top NBA teams, 50 called it out, saying it takes a lot of work and talent to be LeBron James. He added that if it were easy, there would be multiple players like him, but there's only one. What do you think? Was LeBron just acting like a protective father? Or did Stephen A. cross the line? Let us know in the comments.